What's up, everybody? It's a lavish day for episode 50 of the Let's Ketchup podcast.
I thought after you got the raw response last time from that, you would have did something else.
I'm still sticking with lavish.
You stuck with your guns.
Stuck with lavish.
That's not cool.
But besides that, it's episode 50. That's a milestone.
It is that milestone.
Like, I feel like when this video gets posted, we gotta have like balloons coming down, like, you know, little.
This is not an iPhone.
He don't have an iPhone. He has no idea what that is.
My bad.
His phone doesn't love him the way that ours.
Right.
I feel like mine loves y'all more because it has been through some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that
I
means.
don't know what he's talking
But I'm
about.
gonna leave that alone.
Nobody knows.
That's what an Android person would say.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. I'm Wadi, your kind, compassionate, and
All
humble
street porn is
host.
shot on
Street porn is the best porn. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody wants that damn good production shit. Give me that raw, dirty mattress porn, you know?
No, but then it's all vague and you can't see nothing.
I mean, imagination. Imagination land.
iPhone porn is just like, oh, we can see exactly what happened. It's all.
Hell yeah.
Your porn is like,
I mean,
Android.
I don't mind a little pixelated porn.
that's weird.
I like to zoom in.
Brings back to the old school. Like,
I like to go
when
like
you
this.
when
What
you,
the fuck's
you know,
going on
remember you
there?
used to have to watch the Skinemax channels in between the lines because you ain't have Cinemax. or whatever.
No, I had Cinemax. Like my funny story is my grandmother. Like so I stayed with my grandmother a lot, and so like she would go to bed. Like they would go to bed real early, like 7 o'clock, and like I'd be up, and then like after like WWF. Like I'd watch like Skinemax or like, you know what I mean? I'd find my way to that channel and I'd be watching, but I wasn't slick enough to turn the channel after I watched it.
Dumbass.
So then so I would be sleeping on the floor in the living room and I would like, she would wake up. She'd be like, God damn it, Charles. He was down here watching that shit.
Nah, mine's was different. My mother had a Playboy channel early on, like 13.
Yo,
she
your
had
mom
good
was
stuff.
Getting it in.
She had the good stuff.
But I slept in the living room.
When did you figure out that dude wasn't your uncle?
So,
You're like, yo, I've had 5 uncles. I don't know. Where did y'all come from?
Where Uncle G?
she got it. So when she got the Playboy, when she got the cable put in, right, the first day, she's like, son, you know, Jamaican. She's like, son, can you tell me how can you lock this thing and how you can stop it? Because, you know, she had Showtime and Playboy Channel, all that shit, right? And she got the cable for me.
Right.
I was the one that talked her into getting it. I got egged that night, so it was like a compassionate shit. Like, hey, mommy, the cable people downstairs, and I came home and they had egged, like 6 or 7 dudes had egged me. Like, fuck me.
Yo, I ain't ever been egged before. Have you ever been egged before?
Not one time
Fuck
in life.
up.
Yo.
But yeah, anyway, so she goes, she says that
Yo,
shit.
he has a real specific
I ain't know niggas was
bullying,
egging people,
yo.
yo. Like,
people were bullying you with eggs.
Nah, no, it was Halloween, so they fucking egged you.
so okay, let me ask
Random
you.
people had egged
What was the race of the people that got that?
all black people in my
I was
neighborhood.
gonna say I didn't know niggas was egging folks.
What? That was what they egged the bus.
Oh no, we definitely
the
did
city
egg
bus.
houses.
Houses.
The city bus.
We didn't egg no people.
Yo, they cornered and split. After that day, I was like, I'm playing football. Because how I got past them was I ran them all fucking over. They split into 2 groups. They came across the street and they went like Voltron and split the fuck up and shit.
So what you're saying is you didn't have a crew in New York.
No, I had my fucking family. I
Hey,
ain't
so
know-
when you ran through them, were you screaming?
No.
Were you like
Eggs.
They just ran the nigga over and kept it moving. I was like, fuck it.
So back to the skin.
Yeah, so the guy pulls the chair to run the wire.
your stories go on for a long time.
But because the guy, y'all detoured the fucking story.
No, you were getting into details. You talked about eggs.
Yeah.
You was like
Anyway.
they were from County Market.
This was right, and someone was frozen. But anyway,
brown or white?
brown. See,
But anyway, get to the point.
So yeah, so the guy moves the fucking chair to run the wire, and there goes my mom's books, all the Playboys, Hustlers.
Oh, she had all the magazines.
Yeah, but I had them hidden under the chair because that's where I sat all the time. So she
So you
goes,
stole your mom's porno?
yeah.
That's weird that y'all got off on the same stuff.
Hey, shit, my family's weird, yo. Anyway, so
Like, what would you do if you and your mom were whacking to the same porn?
I'm not
so
answering this
stupid.
question.
That sounds wrong.
I'm not
Wait,
answering
wait,
this question.
Tony's
That's what I'm
saying that
wondering.
shit.
I'm not answering this question.
Nah,
Bro,
but
That's what happened.
Bro, finish your
Tony-
story.
the page
because
that you
this
finished on
nigga
is the page that
horrible.
she finished on.
This got horrible quick.
Anyway, so he was like, Ma,
I wouldn't be able to
trust
do
me,
it. I have to go
me,
get my own.
I don't think you don't have to lock this because he's like cracking a joke. Like, look what I just found. So I come home and them shit just like laid out nicely right in front of the chair. And the cable box is there because the cable guy came when I was at school. I was like 13. I was like, dang, what do you do after that? What do you say to her? What do you do? I don't remember
That's
what I
why
did.
I wish I
think
had
I picked up the book.
dad in the house, like where he could just be like, one day you're gonna beat it, son.
But you know what? I never got in trouble.
I didn't have a dad to like talk that over.
No, but you know what? She was like, my mom is like that. She's like that right now. My mom's like, yo,
It's different from your mom though.
She was like, yo, nah.
I feel like it's more embarrassing coming from your mom.
Nah,
Yeah,
not
did your
my
mom?
mother.
Did your mom talk about like?
Nah, that came from my dad.
How would that conversation go? Now I'm reliving my past because I never had that conversation.
Me neither. I had it with my mom. Just like, yo, I know you fucking.
No, I'm not even talking about fucking like. I remember the first wet dream. I was like, I thought something was wrong.
I don't even know if I had one.
Yeah, I'm not, like I can't pinpoint whenever.
If
Do you remember the conversation?
I remember a conversation with my dad about having sex.
How'd that go?
It was just like, so I was probably all about 14, 15 years old. So, I'm all, all shy and everything.
Look at what? Nigga, you should have been fucking by that time.
Calm down.
Well, I was fucking about 13, but they ain't know that.
Right. Oh, so why were you shy?
I'm talking
Why
about
is that a
conversation.
thing? Why should men be fucking at 13?
Cause you're a man. That's what men do.
No, that's not. You're not prepared for that emotionally. Like
You definitely wouldn't want your daughter
Or
fucking at
son.
13.
Why not? No, I'm just joking.
wow. Anyway, he acts totally different when the guest is here.
Right.
That third extra person like makes a difference for him. But
All the weirdness coming up here.
yeah, right.
Wow.
So your dad just talked to you about sex, but he didn't talk to you about masturbation. Do you think that that's important to talk about?
I feel like, I don't know, because I was never taught to. So I don't know and like I have sons, I never talked to them about that either. So I don't know.
So you just following the fucking trend?
Are you gonna talk to your son about masturbation?
Hell yeah.
What are
And
you
like,
gonna tell him?
do it. You're supposed to. It's a part of your. It's a part of your whole.
You ain't gonna tell him like not techniques, but like
I'm about to say, do you describe like in details how?
I'm gonna make sure you're clean.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like don't be doing it in the laundry that your mom has to clean.
Right. Don't
Make sure
use
you had-
wipes versus.
use your beat sock.
Yeah, no.
No,
Your mom has
that's
to clean
stupid.
your beat
No.
sock.
Not if you keep it under your mattress.
No, that's nasty.
Then that's really nasty.
So
you have a beat sock under your mattress?
I don't beat.
Nigga, stop lying.
Anyway, my man has a beat sock under his mattress.
Nasty, yo. So
I don't.
I'm like, I'll provide
I don't
you
need
wipes.
a beat sock up the door now. So I
Just
don't
use
gotta-
a rag.
I don't gotta hide it. I just let it. Wherever it goes, it goes. Yo, go to
I-
bed sheets.
I-
I think the best place
On
is the
the ceiling?
shower.
I've never done it in the shower.
Yo,
The
it
shower
takes too
just
long.
I've never done it in the
get out.
shower.
Goes right down the drain. You ain't got to clean nothing up.
It takes too long.
I just wipe my shit on my pillows.
Yeah,
Yo, why does your masturbation take so long?
I don't fucking know. Should be my wrist be hurting.
Long stroking this shit.
He be like having to set the mood. He like lowers the lights down.
No,
Like
you know how women
put
have
on
to,
Barry Manilow.
you know how
Like,
women have to
you know,
place themselves.
That's that old ass man.
You know how women have to place themselves in a place, a mindset. I got to do that. I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong? I thought something was wrong with me. I was like, but I realized it's just that I'm a complicated
Like
person.
I'm 5 minutes or less. I'm out.
Dog, it'd be 32 minutes. I'm like, yo, come on.
Damn, yo, who has that
I
time?
think I
Charlie
think
Murphy.
I realized exactly what's happening. He's trying to swell for the viewers.
Nah.
Is that what it is?
He's trying to put on like, yo, no, I'm Mr. Love All Night.
I'll say, yo, because like if I gotta whack one out, it's gonna be because I just need to whack
Nah,
one out
see,
real quick. Like, it's not because I'm
in
still
all
trying to
honesty,
make
in all
love
honesty,
to it. Huh?
I am 5 minutes or less.
There's been times where I'm like, I gave up. I'm not even.
That's
my
crazy.
friend.
Yep, that's weird. Back to my introductions. I'm Wadi, your kind and humble host.
It's men talk.
I'm Tony.
To my right, we have Tony, and across from me there is Weird Rail, who long strokes during masturbation. But, hey,
Right. He set the moods. He talks to himself.
Come
he
on,
be
baby.
like, who strokes like you do? I do. I do.
Who's got
Like,
that tight? Who's got that tight?
yeah, crazy. Do not ever.
so we don't have an esteemed
But
guest
anyway, back
tonight.
to-
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying before people just think it was a salacious conversation. I think it's important to teach your sons. We always talk about protecting our daughters from like sexuality, but like teaching our sons what is healthy sexuality is important. That's why I asked the question, and it just went off the rails. But I do think I want to talk to my sons, like whenever what is the appropriate age?
Right. That's a big thing.
Whenever they start getting curious.
Right. No,
because
because I think you have to have it
they're
more
probably,
than once.
What I've learned is
More than
they're usually faster than what you think.
Yeah, and that's
So-
what those are kind of signs you gotta pay attention to. Like you sitting there watching TV and he start giggling when he see like somebody in a brawl or something. It's probably time to start having those
Right.
talks.
But don't you start at whatever that age is and then have a more serious talk as they grow up.
Right. But as Waddy said, like I think you have to really pay attention because each kid, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want to introduce something to them that they weren't even thinking about and then
Right.
you bring it up to them.
Right.
Because my mother was
Each kid matures differently.
my mother was like 3 or 4 years
But
late.
I was thinking as soon as I think that it works, like where he can start, like having wet dreams or whatever, I think like right before that time. So
What-
like what is it, like 11, 10, 11, where like it starts functioning? Because I know I seen a girl pregnant on Instagram at 11.
Yeah,
That's the school
but no,
milk,
but
bro.
no,
Get them
it
hormones
functions
in.
before that. Like as a male, you be in school, and the teacher is like, start looking at the teacher sideways in the 5th grade and 4th grade if it's got a young sucky teacher.
All right, Waddy.
I used to have a badass middle school teacher. that
See,
I was
I'm
taught.
telling you,
So that was like 6th, 7th grade, and I was like,
right?
yeah.
But I, you had
That's
the old-
11.
But see, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'll fuck the shit out of her.
No, I wasn't saying that, but you
So-
start looking up like, man, her, so you try to get a sneak.
I like
peek
the
at
way her
food.
body looks.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying like you over there oogling like I would love to bend her over at in the 4th grade. What's that? 8, 9, 10.
Right, because I have a 10-year-old and or 9-year-old, and he's, like I've talked to him about like, hey, did you see anybody you like in class or whatever?
Right.
And the weird thing is, he gave me an answer that I wasn't ready for, because I don't think he understood what I was saying, and I realized I was having the conversation too early, because I was like, oh, do you have anybody in your class? And then, I don't take it as anything out of place, but he was just like, yeah, Corey. I was like, all right, yeah, this ain't the right time.
No, hold
like
on,
he don't
hold
know what he
on,
said.
hold on.
He don't know.
So now, how did you respond to that?
Well, that's what
Your first
I had.
initial,
My
like-
first instinct was like, wait, what? And then so like we were driving, and I was driving him to school, and I was like, blizzy, like, and I thought, I lined it up pretty much to like throw the, hey, is there any little girls in your class? And
And he just took it as it's like,
just somebody
Pretty
he
much
liked.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, he doesn't know what I mean. So out of context, what he said would have been weird. But in context, I was like, oh, he has no clue what I'm asking him. And how would he know?
Or maybe you got it wrong.
No, well, I could, but I just felt like, I was just trying to see where he was at.
Right.
But anyway, Waddy, I'll let you finish introducing.
oh, did I introduce you, Rel? Yes, I did. You
Yeah,
little
weird
dirty,
Rel.
dirty
You
old
just
man.
said- you didn't
Oh,
explain what-
yeah, since we don't have an esteemed guest tonight, you get to have us grace you with our just wonderful
Banter between each other.
banter, presence.
Weirdness.
We're going to talk about a little bit of any and
We don't-
everything.
We don't have a guest because COVID is ramping up.
COVID is ramping up.
And we
So-
don't really know our guests that we had scheduled like that, and they felt more comfortable not coming.
Which makes sense. I mean, we understand. We completely understand.
Which everyone knew COVID was coming back, so I can't understand why did we open up so far.
It's all about it's about money.
Yeah, I know that.
But-
Right, it's 75%. You know what I'm saying?
You
Stage
ever-
3, whatever you want to call it.
But to that
it was
point-
money because we couldn't stay locked down
Right.
for that long.
Exactly.
But
America would suffer.
Do you think that like the people that were like anti-mask and anti like COVID is not that bad? The people that got it, do you think that they're still feeling like anti like COVID, anti-mask?
Those people that got it that were anti before.
Yeah. Do you think they changed? Do you think they
Let me tell
converted?
you.
They probably still feel the same way.
I'm gonna tell you, yo.
Think they do?
I talked to some people and I had it, and the shit was like, I said, I'll punch you in the face because you still feel like it's a government conspiracy. There's just it's not a conspiracy per se. It's real. It's not fake. It will fucking kill you. And they was they you know me, I'm aggressive, but they still talk, later on in the conversation, I'm like, yeah, didn't I just fucking say that?
I got a question for him, Marty.
Go ahead.
The kids on your ass or COVID, if you had to pick. The kids at your job on your ass,
beating your ass.
or COVID? Which one?
The kids
was
on
worse?
my ass.
The kids were worse.
So was that bad?
Yeah, no, the COVID was.
The COVID was worse. Okay,
Yeah.
so you take that ass whooping.
Yeah.
because both your wrists were.
they're
That's
still
why
fucked
he
up.
can't beat. Because his wrists are messed up from them kids messing up.
Yo, so he's probably
He's like
rubbing his
this.
forearms together on it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a callback from like 3 seasons ago.
right.
Yeah, but the shit, they're getting ready to shut down everything again. They already put us back into like a amended phase 1, something like that.
Oh, for real? Is that what he said?
That's today at 5.
Yeah.
Oh, he did that today?
Yeah, so-
Amended,
No, he
amended
did it,
phase
He
one?
did it like Tuesday,
It
but it
starts
takes
today.
effect today.
Yeah,
So we went on Tuesday. So we went from 3 back to 1.
We're,
one.
we're,
Amended
we're all the way
phase
back
1.
on like phase 1.
So like restaurants are down back to 50%, I believe.
No, 25.
25.
All depends on what county you're in. Some are 50. All depends on what county you're in.
They give him some. Frederick gives
They had
him
a whole
shit.
list of rules.
Yeah, it's all depends
But-
on what county you're in.
The weird thing is that like Aiden's basketball, they sent out this weird letter. Like if I read this, it pissed me off because it was so weird. Like they won't let you go to like they're having his games, but they said everybody has to sit in their car.
So you can't watch them play.
You can't watch them play. Like they just have to go in there and play. Coaches, refs, and whoever are allowed to be in there, and the kids. And my problem is, I drove all the way there with my kid,
And now I just got.
and I'm gonna not even that, and I'm about to drive all the way back. So whatever little petri dish they're playing in, he's about to bring that right back into the car, and that goes for every kid.
That's because
It
they
is
definitely ain't balling with
So I was
masks.
like,
on.
what kind of? I was going to ask you, what kind of precautions are the teams taking? Do you have?
There
Do they
is
take
none.
them? Do they test them every? You have to test them every
No.
2 weeks.
They
or-
might do the little
or
forehead
the
thing.
forehead.
They do. When you walk
thermometer.
in, they do make sure you don't have a temperature.
Right. You know, they don't mean shit because
but they don't mean
You know, I didn't have a temperature.
I just thought it was so weird. Like, so, me and Duke, we were sitting there and because he coaches the team, and he was just like, it's just so they don't have to refund you the money. They're trying to say, like, they're trying
Keep
to
it going. Yeah.
keep it going and saying, hey, look, we didn't close it. Your kid can still play. If he doesn't play, it's on you.
Right, because parents are gonna be like,
You're
"Well, I'm not
lost.
keeping him."
That doesn't make any fucking sense, though. Like, why would you? I'm sitting here, like, whatever mingling is going to happen, it's going to happen, like, science people. It's going to happen. Like, your kid from your house, my kid from my house, are going to be on the court together. They're going to be bumping, sweating, whatever. And whatever they got, they're going to give it to each other. And then they're going to get in the car. And we live in the same house. So I'm going to end up having it from them.
I think they're just
It's
looking
just
at it
like
from the-
anything else. Like if it was just a common code, say it all spreads the same.
What
way.
do you
no
what do you
sense.
wish they what's a solution then?
Close it down. Unfortunately,
you're like, fuck it, close it down. Keep
Close
the
it
money
down.
and come. You got the money.
right. Like, you don't have to
Pause.
give me the money back.
Press pause because you got the
Exactly.
money.
You got them all. Just say, hey, look, we're done for right now. When we reopen, we'll start it all new, and we'll
Right. The
pick it back up.
venues ain't doing nothing. The venues ain't going
Exactly.
nowhere. So press that pause.
But here's the weirdo thing: is we don't have to do this. Like Andrew Yang. Remember that? Like he was talking about giving everybody money and all that stuff. Like your electric company could literally just not charge. Like if you can't pay, they could say, "Hey, look, it's a pandemic. We don't need to like."
Like a forbidden.
Like what is the urgency of collecting money right now?
And it's crazy because, was it DC and Virginia still have their little moratorium on like utilities and everything.
Right.
Maryland's just ended, I think last week or something.
Right.
So Maryland can now come and turn off your stuff,
Right.
for whatever reason, which is dumb because like there's, I mean, we're still in the same situation we were back in March.
Right. And that's the thing is like even if like some of these people are still disjointed, like not working or whatever. So, like it should be a pause. Like in Europe, like I've seen they just pause everything. Like, hey, look, your water's gonna run. We're not charging you for water because we know you can't pay for it. Like, what's the issue? What's the issue? Like, if everybody is in the same boat, everybody's a person and affected the same way, why can't the business function? Like I don't understand why.
because
like-
somebody has to make money somewhere.
Why?
But they're still getting money. Like,
No, but why? Why does it actually have to be money being made? Why? If everything is like in a limbo state, like it doesn't.
That's just how the economy works, though. Like,
If you stop the
if money
economy.
stops altogether, then everything goes down.
But
The whole
Who says it has to go anywhere?
exactly,
You're just pressing pause.
Just press exactly what I was saying about the
because you
thing.
still got to have that money moving.
Why?
Why?
I don't make the rules.
If nothing is
know.
moving, then nothing goes up or down.
Exactly.
The market closes at night. What happens after the market closes at 4 does affect the next morning because people make decisions at night. So we're saying if the market ain't moving because you're pressing pause, ain't nothing should happen.
And
That's
if you're-
the thing, though. They're never going to press pause because that means that you're stopping actual money. Like, we can sit here and talk about why and they should pause and this, that, whatever, but that's not going to happen because it's all what it all comes
All right,
down
so-
to is making money.
So let's go into example, right? So let's say you own the bar right next door, which has people in it. If they paused it, right? Like if they said, "Hey, look, you don't have to pay your rent, you don't have to pay whatever," you know what I mean?
Because you have no customers
You have no
coming in.
customers coming in, and we're mandating you not have any customers coming in. Okay, now everybody in there is affected, right? So, like, if it's like, hey, look, you can't like charge these people rent. They've been disjointed. It's for the greater good of people, whatever. Like, they get whatever letter they need from whatever. Hey, their job has been impacted. They don't have the funds or whatever. Blah 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 blah. Like, you wouldn't even have to put them on unemployment. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could say, hey, look, like, here's a stipend letter. Like, we do it with Section 8 or whatever all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here's a stipend letter. They're good until this pandemic is over. You know what I mean? Or they find suitable work.
Or restart raising the stages start opening.
Exactly. Until they can go back to work.
3/4 of your day. And
Exactly.
Right, there's ways
And
to
so
do it.
then you, like, there's ways around it.
All right. So let me
But how
ask you
does
this
that
then.
work on
Okay,
a
so
large
they do
scale?
all that, but these people that have this letter and everything, they still going to need. They're not getting any money at all right now.
Right.
But they're still going to need money to eat. Like
That's
we're not.
stipend.
We're,
That's
we're-
stipend.
That's stipend.
Yeah, the stipend
Basically,
was-
it's instead of saying unemployed, you are what would it be?
Furloughed.
Furloughed.
Well, furlough when I work. You work for the government as well. When I got furloughed years back, I wasn't getting
Don't
paid.
hit your mic.
Sorry.
And don't pick up the phone since we're going to talk about it. Either pick the phone up or don't, because that shit is ringing every time you pick that shit up.
What are you talking about?
Meaning the you hit the phone. The phone. Everything
phone.
do.
The phone?
The
Yes.
foam.
The phone. Every
Oh,
time
this
you-
thing.
No, every time you pick up your phone.
Phone.
He didn't pick up his phone.
Yeah, like twice, 3 times.
Oh, you picked up your phone twice?
Yeah.
I guess.
You're a
I guess
loser.
so. I guess. I'm
Don't
keeping it.
touch that
I'm keeping it in my lap.
Yes, sir. Please, thank you.
Put it in your pocket, in your jacket pocket.
Let's restart it.
Anyway, I don't know. There's people that are a lot smarter than me and you.
That's what I said. We
They-
like we have these common sense ideas. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure there's a reason why.
But you don't. Okay, so let me. I start from the position of there's greedy people in greedy positions that are trying to make money in situations that they don't need to be trying to make money in, and they're trying to figure out a way. Like, hustle's gonna hustle. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think we're catering to. As far like, we don't have to go this route. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to go the let's hurry up and get back to normal. Because last time I checked, a lot of us were praying or asking or thinking about, hey, things need to change. And then as soon as things do get out of normal, people are ready to run right back to them.
Because people are scared of change. Change is uncomfortable.
So I agree with you. There's probably loopholes or probably things unforeseen. I don't have all the answers.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure there's answers to go for the questions you're
So
asking.
to not go far off of that.
Why do you
when
don't care about this podcast at all? He is
agent-
just like,
Oh,
I got to text these people back.
No, actually, I was pulling up some news that I had read earlier. I was making sure I wanted to get my facts right about the news before I actually said anything on the
Good
mic.
job.
Is what I was doing.
Hey, you're grown because last season or maybe the
He
one
was
before that,
texting
you
girls.
was texting girls and shit and watching NBA clips and shit.
Right.
That was Maryland basketball, and it was a
Whatever.
big game. It was the night we had whooped Iowa's ass. So, yeah,
Yeah, after we beat y'all the first time.
whatever. Anyways, where I was going is I did read this today, where what is it? One of Biden's advisors said the U.S. lockdown of 4 to 6 weeks could control pandemic and revive the economy. So I guess it's maybe something maybe they're talking about in the White House.
Shut down.
But
Shut down. Again.
shut it down. And that's the thing is like, if you look overseas and like they shut it down. They said, look, we're shutting this shit down. Stay at home. We'll figure the rest out later.
And
Like people don't realize everything that's established today, right, was created at some point by somebody.
And it wasn't there.
And it wasn't there before.
So what did you
So
do?
if we stop it, we could create something else and go forward. Like even with people like, remember Ro was just here, right? And he was talking. Yeah, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yo, you see me look at
Yes, you got scared to death. Look, but what I'm saying is, Ro was just here, and one of those comments was, like capitalism. It was like capitalism. Why y'all shitting on capitalism? And it's my point is, it's time to evolve. And if we don't evolve, we just keep getting stuck in these weird cycles. Like, I'm not saying communism answer. I'm not saying socialism answer. I'm not saying capitalism. But you know what? We probably could create some other ism that works better for us right now. Maybe it's a hybrid of all of them that needs to work. And we just need to embrace that.
It's not going to happen because the powers that be that control the situation
are profiting off of it.
Keeps making money.
Exactly. And that's what the thing is. So at some point in time, I think you sent that to me, the thing with the people underneath the table and all the oligarchy people were on top. Maybe that was Matt. And it was like,
They don't seem like something.
all the people have to do is stand up and game over.
Right, people fall.
Like why
That's pretty much how we've been conditioned.
exactly? You're not even allowed to watch porn on that one because you got like
Right.
government.
Definitely no
chippers
porn
in
going on that one. But yeah, so basically what they were saying is if they can find a way to like give people their wages while they shut down for these 4 to 6 weeks, then
Right.
But Tony's saying, hey, we know you, let's pause the bills. Pause the bills so we can pause your paycheck. So we can control the death of a nation.
or like they were saying, if they want to shut us down and just like find a way to fund, which is, I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so here's my shit. All the fraudulent. Okay, Maryland had over 100,000 fraudulent cases of unemployment.
Fraudulent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people was getting that money.
Right, 102,000.
Yeah, first
And
kid
not
born.
And
only
they
that,
looked
but
into 90,000 of them.
But not only that, but they also had those people that was out there. Like you see that one dude that like bought a house with the COVID like stimulus business money. And
Did he really?
He had like a car.
the crazy dude. Was
Yeah.
it Miami or something?
Yeah, he was balling, yo.
Right,
he
like,
got like
how did
millions
you-
of dollars.
Right, because he was scam. He was claiming
Yeah.
the taking the company.
Would you do that? Would you like?
the Lamborghini, the
Yeah,
yellow
he was
Lamborghini?
doing all that. Yeah, he was gonna. Would you?
See, like
You ain't think you was gonna get caught?
that's the thing. I would be too. My conscience would be like
Is that
Get
the only-
conscience. It's like you ain't
All
think
right,
you was
that's
gonna
a
get
good question. So getting caught is a bigger deal than like actually just doing the right thing.
yeah, for me.
Like-
What's the question?
He says,
Let me hear that again.
would it be your conscience or would it be the worry of getting caught? Because those are two different things.
I'm not trying to go to jail for no.
That would be it for me. Like,
The hell was that?
but I would have a conscious
Systems.
dilemma because I'd feel like that money could be going to somebody that really needed it.
No, you're right. You're right. I do feel my conscience would play a role, but I would think like I don't want to do something wrong. If I'm gonna do it wrong, I'm gonna do it right. So the money I would take, I'm not buying a lavish house. I'm gonna go help out the people on the street, or I'm gonna go.
So
put it
you
back
be
in.
like
So
Robin.
you're not going to go buy a couple keys.
I'll buy a couple keys,
So you'd be like Robin.
and then take that
Then
money.
take it to the okay.
I'm gonna flip my money.
Okay, you still going to jail.
Right?
Yeah,
Going
that's
to
the dumb
jail.
shit. Right, but I'm not gonna. My
How
conscience
long does
wouldn't
that
bother.
guy get? I wonder.
I don't know.
But if it's like he was in there for 30 days, but like they didn't seize all the money, so he was out.
He bailed his own self out
bailed
with
himself
profit
out.
money.
Can't go wrong with it.
I don't know. And I don't see Trump really giving a shit.
Well, Trump is done. Speaking of which, how do
No,
y'all
he's
feel?
not. He's here till January.
Well,
He ain't even releasing
but
office.
He's checked out. He's checked out.
He's checked out, but he ain't
He's
releasing
checked out.
office.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not going to be doing anything.
Yeah, he's-
So like people are just going to be down the street. They're going to be like president. And he's going to be like, "Fuck this country."
Is
time's my tea time?
Is he still tweeting?
Right. I'm at the golf course.
He's gonna go to Mar-a-Lago. and chill for the next 3 months.
But yeah, like I think his wife's about to leave him. Yeah, he's about to be.
Oh yeah, You think she's really about to leave him?
I think so. I think she's just been waiting for.
Why?
She probably couldn't leave him while he was in office.
Right, exactly.
What makes you think that though?
You could just tell like her whole body language when they're together. They're like, you know how you can look at somebody like, oh, they're in love. You don't get that when they're.
I never think like I see like Robert Kraft with like that young chick. I don't think that they look like they're in love.
Well, yes, because she loves him for his money. She's not in love with him.
You don't think she's the same way?
No, she doesn't love that. She does not love that man. She don't
don't love his
hold
money?
his hand. She has her own money now.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's good. So yeah, so that's gonna be over here soon. Hey, Melania, I'd knock her down.
That's gross.
What you would? I'm not gonna ask you. Real?
Probably.
She's like 60.
It doesn't matter.
All that,
I mean,
that
all
plastic
that
probably only
plastic?
about 24. Yeah.
You know,
Shoot, that's probably rejuvenated.
just think about it.
refurbished.
Just think about it as putting on a condom.
She probably got that wop.
Yeah.
All right. So
Where's the guess?
COVID.
Where's the guess when you need one?
Y'all are both like out of bounds. Like you know, there's a thin line between like cutting edge and salacious, and y'all are just like hopping
Straddling
right
the line.
over into it.
No, we're straddling the line.
No, you're not.
We haven't hopped over yet. We haven't said anything too
Right.
obscene and vulgar that nobody else has said.
So anyway, so y'all don't think that like there's a better way to be handling this, and I don't think Biden's going to fix it either.
As far as like the COVID or
Yeah, COVID.
I mean, to be honest with you, the only way that you are going to get a hold of everything is to shut everything down for at least a month or two. But they're not going to do
But
it.
if they do the 6 weeks, 6 weeks is good to stop the ramp up right now.
And that's all I was saying is like press pause for 6 weeks. Like if even if you think about it, that's only like 1 month of bills. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I'd freaking lose it in the house for 6 weeks.
What?
oh, you and Tone in the house.
Oh
for
my
6 weeks?
God.
That would be
What do you
great.
Hey yo, I'm coming. If this lockdown happens, I'm coming to live with you. Yo.
You're part of the reason.
I'm coming to live with you if this
Hold
happens.
on. I just thought about this. He's part of the reason why we can't go outside.
Because he can't.
He's a mixie. I mean,
You
I
said
ain't
Rail's a
gonna lie.
mixie too.
he's a townie. You're a mixie,
He's not from here.
but he's around town and everybody knows him.
Yeah.
You're a mixie because you just be out and about with everybody, but nobody knows you like that. But like, you be
That's
mixing.
fucked up.
You be mixing.
Yeah, I don't understand the difference, but whatever.
Because I know a lot.
He
of,
knows everybody.
Yeah. I've been
Like you
here for
didn't
years.
know Rico and them across the street until I introduced you. Like he been knew them.
Yeah.
Those are all his friends. But like you be in the bars and stuff.
But I don't
mixing.
mix with them.
Ex-
But I don't
Zach-
mix with them. But I
He's a
that's the
talent.
difference. I don't mix with them. I know them. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. Rico used to live here, but I didn't even realize he used to live here when I used to stay upstairs.
You be out there like partying with them, drinking with them, like getting dirt.
Well,
like,
I know
your
more-
exposure is high.
I know more females than males.
Like our phone, like they turn on that like exposure thing. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get a notification that hey, you've been around somebody that's been around.
Yo,
somebody
okay,
from-
so let's jump over to that. What do y'all think about the whole COVID thing on your phone?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Nah, I ain't turning that shit on.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm good.
Yeah, because I'd rather know and like, for like.
That, but how does it? Okay, question.
Well, you're a
is-
bachelor, so like it's different for you. I got 4 kids. 4
Yeah,
people.
but I can't. When I had it, I didn't see my kid for 2 months.
I know.
So
You didn't
that
see us
really
for 2
did
months
affect
either.
me.
I'm glad you caught it when we weren't recording.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, thanks. Hey,
It ain't got nothing to do with your well-being. Just like
right, yeah.
production.
We
piece.
need you.
Right. Not to be alive, just to like run the cameras and shit.
Right.
Like we gotta wheel you in here. We will.
Right, yeah. But we would have had the hazmat suits and
Right.
recorded
Yeah,
and doing
ain't that shit?
But you missed 2 months of your kid.
Yeah, like
So, but you wouldn't have want to known, like, hey,
if somebody was near me.
Yeah.
But how does it truly work? Is it because they were reported?
you don't think they got all your shit anyway?
I
Like
feel
anything
like-
youay trying to hide, they already
Right.
got it.
They already know. And I
Yeah,
feel
I don't hide anything. I'm like, if I know enough about cybercrime, if they want you,
Exactly, and that's
They're
what
taking it.
That's what I like. I work in there, and I get those little like Mint will try to send me like little updates, like, "Ooh, 4 of your accounts might be vulnerable. You know, pay this extra money so we can protect you."
No.
and I'm like, I'm gonna change my password, but outside of that,
Like
Get it,
I've
they
been-
get it.
like,
Right, exactly.
With that
Like-
big with that big breakdown that happened a couple months back, where the cyber hack and they had the dark web and everybody should end up there and it came in. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna ramp up my security because it's gonna happen again.
Right.
People are home.
Right.
These freaking nerds. Are
And
not,
if you rob from me, you really set the bar low.
right,
Like there's some real people that you probably should be out robbing.
That's what I teach.
And
Tell
you-
my
there's
mother.
no reason for like I'm not broke, but I'm definitely not the person to rob.
Yeah, and if you ain't robbing Tony, then why would you be robbing me?
If you're robbing me and you need to talk about how we can find somebody else for you to rob.
Let's get your standards up.
Like, hey, bruh,
But they
I'm
say
the wrong
every-
one here.
every
Yeah,
penny-
exactly.
But if you go holler at Dr. Lewis over there,
Exactly.
Let me
Hey,
take you on
look,
TJ
you,
Drive.
you definitely hacked the wrong account, man. Like you definitely like.
It's
I'm not
every
saying
penny
I'm broke. I'm just saying there's bigger fish to.
right? Unless he just into like small time crowd. I don't know. Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. But it doesn't seem like cyber criminals are small time criminals.
You wouldn't think.
It's
You would not
everything.
think.
Everything counts.
Now, like as far as like somebody like the scammers, they'll like open an account and like get your credit and start a credit card under your name.
But I'm like, yo, go ahead. I'll pay the bill because you're gonna help boost my credit.
No, I wouldn't. What?
I've always said
That was stupid.
Yo, if somebody opened up a credit card and they charge a lot, right, and it raised, say now I got $10,000 worth of credit limit, right, and I can acquire that limit because it raised my credit limit. Fuck it, I'm taking.
So you
it.
keeping the card?
Yes.
You gonna dispute
You gonna
the
pay the
charges?
$10,000?
Dispute them charges and
Yes.
Dispute the charges and keep the card.
Right. I'm like, yo, I opened this card, but I did not put these charges on.
So you keeping them out of jail for the most part.
Right. So hey, yo, I'm telling you, that's how you gotta think. I'm liberal when it comes to shit like that. Like, yo, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna dispute some of these charges. I might even keep $2,000. You know what I'm saying? But I got $8,000 that I couldn't get before. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
Yeah.
Clean up my credit and run up my shit. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna dispute that shit.
Yeah, but back to what you were saying, like I kind of like the little contact. Oh, my bad again. Sorry.
Yo, my man has no kind of awareness of his
Yeah.
hands.
It's because he got
He tripped over the camera earlier.
He kicked both of them.
Yo, how do you like?
got
when
broad
you-
shoulders.
All right, so do you? I've watched you talk to like a few chicks before, women before.
Whole lot smoother than
You're a
than
lot
this, right?
smoother than that. Like when you're talking to women, but like when you're not, like, do they know how clumsy you are?
He processes while he's talking to them. Like he plans.
Oh, it's like a DJ when he raps versus when he talks. Oh,
It's
got
an
you.
attack. Yeah.
He has.
Oh, so you just had the strategy.
freestyle versus
Like in your head, you're like, be cool, be cool, be cool.
Don't say
But
that.
like right now, like you done hit everything. Like you can't function.
Right now, I'm natural.
Hey, you know what else is
Natural.
You want to really have a good time and see Waddy at his best?
Mm.
Have him like hammer something.
Here we go. Every
like-
other episode he brings.
put some nails in the
Have
wall.
him put nails in the wall.
Wow.
I know how to use a hammer. Don't listen to him.
All right.
I do know how to use that. But back to what you said about the contract tracing. Like I think it's a good idea. Mainly for the plain and simple fact is how they were doing it before was freaking horrible.
I was about to say contact tracing is shit because they called me. They called.
They called him too.
But they called me, right, to find out because somebody reported it. Then aren't you supposed to now get who I've been around?
Yep.
Nope, didn't happen.
Look,
And
They
and
called
it was
him 2
twice,
weeks late.
and
Right.
it was twice, and it was exposed twice. So how is it that twice, 2 different episodes, and then they started to overlap and wasn't asking the right questions? Now you ask them questions, they have no clue what they're doing.
they don't tell you who you're about. Because remember, after they called me, I called
What's
you.
happening? I got you. I got you.
Yeah, after they called me, I called you to ask you if you were the one. You was like, it wasn't me.
Right, because nobody asked me for anybody's numbers, but some of my other friends that had been on the other list, they called. They were like, "Yo, did they take your information and all of?" Then I had to tell them 10 names. I'm like, "No, nobody ever asked me for it."
Yeah, they didn't ask me
And
for
I had about at one. It started off good. It started off every day. They called. They were cool, sincere. Like had somewhat information. By day number 3, 4, it was downhill. By day number 10. Oh, you weren't even hearing from them.
At least you got called on day 1. You know when they called me? Day 13 of 14 when I was supposed to be in quarantine.
Right.
That's when they called me. I don't been to work all around everywhere.
Right. That's why I said it wasn't working. The system
Can I
is shit.
ask a question? Do you? I think the best solution would be, and I heard this somewhere else, so I'm taking it from somebody else. Like if they could just get rapid test. Like you go get like at CVS, you go get like 5 tests to where like you can swab your mouth real quick, dip it in whatever, tell if you're positive or not. Like you could do that and like, oh, I'm positive. I don't go outside.
You know they have rapid tests.
I'm about to say you can buy them at Costco.
Can you really?
But I didn't know they had rapid testing for, but they do. The doctor offers.
I know, but I'm saying like at home,
why don't we have access?
Exactly. You should. But he said they're at Costco.
Yeah, you can buy. I don't know if it's the rapid one, but I know you can buy COVID testing at Costco.
How much is it?
Good, about $150, $200 something.
Oh hell!
What the? I'm talking about something quick, like.
But no. But you're right. So
$20.
if we
So
get,
like if you get a pack of them for $5, you're saying, oh, I'm
But
about
wouldn't
to go.
you-
I'm about to
so-
go. Hold on. I'm about to go to like a birthday party.
right.
Hey everybody, I got these tests. Let's take these tests real quick. Everybody, before we meet up, take a test. We good. So we can all go to this test. We all clean. We all know.
Everybody send a
For
little
150, you
clean.
should be able to get
Yeah.
at least 20.
Exactly.
30.
Not one.
Right.
Like, yo, people are really price gouging on shit.
So-
Because
Do you think we're
Get your market money
you
up.
got,
You
you
know,
got toilet paper?
Pfizer, all that.
I do have toilet paper. Oh, yo, speaking of toilet paper, yo, I'm not going to name any names. Well, yeah, I'm
I
not
know
going
who
to name
it
any
is.
names. But somehow, there's freaking 1-ply toilet paper in my house.
One ply.
Well,
1-ply.
They have
Well,
one ply.
I know the person that you're referring to, and that person got it from the dollar store.
I was like, were you there?
No,
Oh,
but it happened to me before.
oh okay.
One ply.
Okay.
They
Like,
have
1-ply, yo.
But
That's
unfortunately-
jailhouse toilet paper, yo.
But unfortunately, it happened to me. Wow.
In the middle. Oh, man, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst way to find out. yo.
Yeah. And I was like, no, like I was like, it wasn't while wiping, but I was like, you put it on the roll. And then no, I put it on the roll. I didn't even do it.
Sat
And then
down.
like while I was sitting down, I'm on the toilet and I pull it out and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
First world
like,
problems. First world problems, ladies and gentlemen. First world
What
problems.
is this? So I ended up having to wipe it around my hand like
That's the only way you could
100
do it. Yo. Like freaking 1-ply. I didn't even know they still made 1-ply toilet paper. Yo.
Yeah, for
Dollar
jail.
General?
Oh my gosh.
For jail.
Yeah. So I had to go buy some 2-ply, which I stashed for myself, and
But they're already starting to run out again too. 'Cause-
yeah.
What is that? Like they think the world's gonna end and we're gonna like need toilet paper? Like
I don't understand.
I'm shitting outside if it happens. Like
But
Yeah, I get a leaf.
I get a leaf or something.
Right.
Hose.
My mom tells a
Shower.
story
as
about
long as
when I
there's
was-
water.
My mom tells a story about when I was like a kid, and she was like, "Oh, he had one diaper, and it was like a cloth
Was it
diaper,
about to
Yeah.
get your cloth joint?
or maybe 2 or whatever." And she
But
just
yeah,
she'd
that's
wash
true.
the diaper and she'd put it back on.
Yo, I come from the islands. I didn't know what the fuck Pampers were.
Right,
Like
and that's
we
what
got
I'm
a
saying.
we call it a nappy. So basically it's a square piece of cloth that you fold in a triangle and you just flip it up.
Exactly, and that's
And you
what I'm
pin.
saying. Like
We had them big ass safety pins that they would put
Like,
on
yo,
kids. Like,
yo,
yo,
think
You see
about
in the
it.
cartoons?
yeah, we literally had those.
Nice.
And if we were really, really,
Flintstones.
really, about that shit, we'd get bidets.
Yeah,
Had that just squirt up right your butt, clean it all out.
And if you're really about that, you could just hop in the shower. Like I don't know many toilets that ain't that close to a
yo, you've
shower.
never ran out of toilet paper. Like, yo, fuck it, I'm just gonna have to hop in the shower.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it says. As long as we have water.
Yeah.
Plus, I've worked on a highway here in America at a grown man, and
What is the obsession with toilet paper?
I had to run across the freaking cars. Just don't get hit. Don't shit yourself after you get hit. And I was like, damn.
Have you ever
toilet
shit in
paper
the porta potty?
Shit.
Nah, I haven't.
I have. I shit in any porta potty anywhere.
I don't even like using porta potty. Like it's last resort for me.
But I
use a
got
porta
stomach
potty.
issues.
Yeah,
I got to do what I got to
I
do.
got
I
drunk
can't.
one time, and I used to work in construction too.
Yeah, that was the thing. If you work on the highway, there's a porta potty.
It's nasty. You're like, please don't let me get
Get
toilet
too
seat
bougie
herpes.
for that. Ugh. Yeah, I couldn't sit on that. I'd probably just go shit in the woods.
Yo, my son was we were at the
But they
park.
usually have like the paper in there.
Yeah, but my son was at the park. It was like, yo, you got to go to the bathroom. Like, yo, let's go in this porta potty. He had his mask on and walked up to that. When I opened the door, he said, oh, no, I'm not going in there. 5-year-old refuses to go in the porta potty because it smelled so bad. I'm like, dude, were you on piss by the tree then?
Because
Because
pissing, like I piss anywhere. So,
Yeah,
like, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's just the poo for me.
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Piss, I will piss anywhere. It's not a problem for me.
So, did you vote for Trump?
No,
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
he lied, but whatever.
I did not vote for Trump.
Why not?
I don't really think it mattered who I voted for. Like people make the, and I know this is gonna sound crazy.
Oh boy, here we go.
But people made this big deal, just get him out of office, and I understand that. Even with, Key J and like all our guests have probably pretty much expressed the same thing. I did vote for Biden, but my expectation is, okay, I understand that like Trump emboldens racists, because even on my timeline, like all these racist ass fucks have like calmed down and like started to go back into their hermit hole.
The reign of terror is over.
Right, so they can't be outside anymore. They're like, oh shit, it's not.
Which
cool
is kind of scary in itself.
exactly. That's my point. So now you're back to picking and like, oh shit, which one of these? Like, damn it, and on top of the fact that both these men have histories of, very racist shit. You know what I'm saying? And bigoted shit. Like I just watched like a video of like of Joe Biden from like the 80s and 90s, just talking crazy shit about black folks. Like
So you don't believe in reform?
I
Once a
do.
racist, always
but
racist?
what I'm saying is, but I also believe in exploitation, right? Like I think once you get, even back to the capitalism conversation or even the COVID conversation, once you get used to like, oh, I need to make this money, I need to figure out ways to make more money, generate more money, that gets in your system because it's addictive. You know what I mean? It's just like when you go to a casino, you're like, oh, I need to keep trying to win. I need to keep trying to win. I need to keep trying. Like capitalism is very like addictive. Like if you've seen any movies with Gordon Gekko, what is that? Like I can't remember the name of the movie, but
Wolf of
he
Wall
would
Street?
huh?
Is that Wolf of Wall Street?
Wolf of Wall Street. No, it wasn't Wolf of Wall Street. It's a different one. Money Never Sleeps or something like that. I can't remember.
I know you're talking about
But
Echo, yeah.
Yeah, it was back in the 80s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is Wall Street.
yeah, but they were saying that like that addiction of making that money, like making those deals and getting that money was like the same like brain pulses are fired off from like having sex and having orgasms and sugar and cocaine. And like so it becomes addictive to like have
Power.
that
Power is addictive.
Exactly. So I don't know if that goes away. Like that. I don't know if that goes away.
But because it's politics, think about it. This is not his first time going after the presidency.
No. He ran in like the 90s too.
Right.
Like,
And
or
the thing
80s.
was he just never got the nominated vote from the
DNC.
yeah. So the thing with that, I look at it like this. Not reform, but in order to get there, you had to start to show a difference. So I'm not saying that I'm not even calling him the lesser of two evils, because if we keep going with lesser of two evils, he has a different agenda because he's from a different party. So if I see that I can side and I understand and his agenda meets some of what I would like to see change in, then we're good. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't matter. So it's not necessarily I was listening to something that was like, let's get off of the lesser of two evils shit, because it's really killing.
Right.
Because we're looking stupid. Like, we're going to take the lesser of two. No, you just want the person with the better agenda.
Right. But here's the problem with me is that like, okay, on some like Ice Cube shit, like none of this shit is for us. Like everything that got him in the like office, like, yeah, in the major cities like Philadelphia and all that shit, that probably the black vote probably put him over. That was like the kicker, right? But like the white people that like are the other stuff like that are voting, they're not voting for black issues. They don't give a shit about that. They're like worried about taxes or other issues or schooling or education and all this other shit. And he's gonna have to have agendas for that. Like just like Obama. I understand Obama did a lot of stuff for people, right? But what did he do specifically for African descendants of slavery? Like, I keep waiting for anybody to tell me, and people can't tell me. Matthew couldn't tell me. Nobody could tell me. Like, they give me a whole bunch of things. Like, even to what Trump said, right? Like, oh, I did things for black people like prison reform, right? Well, last time I checked, prisons are full with 50% of white people. So you didn't do prison reform for black people.
For an agenda.
You did it for people that are in prison, which is also half white. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not just for, and it's weird how people will run with that. Be like, no, he did prison reform for black.
That's because people, I mean, you can say something to anybody and they'll just run with it without doing their research.
Right.
And that's like, I think that's a problem with a lot of people in this country.
But I
Like,
think people believe it because blacks are in prison, right?
Right. Well, that's what we see. That's what's put out there.
Who do you think's in the prisons in Wyoming? Who do you think's in the prisons in Utah?
Probably like two of us.
The kids from the kids.
Who do you think's in Nebraska's prisons?
The people from Florida that don't want to see their
Some
people.
man named James.
Some man named. That's all I'm saying is like people never think about that shit.
James Jenkins.
But they automate. Oh, he did this for black people. Did that? No, a lot of these things that they're saying is like even public housing.
Agenda.
Even public housing. Who do you think's in public housing in West Virginia? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who do you think's in public housing in fucking Kansas? It's not a whole bunch of black people. You know what I mean? Like it's white people that are. There's more whites in prison. Like, it's crazy. Like, people aren't thinking. So when I say like the things that white folks are voting on, it's like it's not us. They don't care about us.
It's the issues, the president's agenda. What in that president's agenda fits what I want,
Right.
and that's what people get stuck on. Donald Trump's presidency was not ran on making America great again. It was ran on how can Donald Trump do what he wants to do
For you.
Yeah.
And he'd go to each one of these. He'd go to West Virginia and tell them one thing. Oh, we're bringing back coal. Oh, we're gonna get more steel working jobs. Hey, blah blah blah.
Right.
And half of this shit
was
is
just
dead.
to get the vote and just to be
Get the vote and get the fuck out of here.
right. And that's exactly why he wasn't. He only I want to say the racists, the people that support him only came out in droves because of the party. It's Donald Trump allowed them to show their true colors.
To show exactly
Right.
and that's but in that same token,
But then you have the natural people who vote for the party. So you get the people who've never voted that came out for Biden just to get Donald Trump out of office.
Right.
But then you have the people who came out for Donald Trump had some people that never voted either that came out because they did not want Biden and they want to lose the party. Not necessarily Donald Trump, but they want to lose the party. They want to be able to still be some racist ass mofos.
But I think because of that, him being like his attitude toward things and everything, I think he kind of almost sabotaged his own chance of winning.
Oh yeah, like you can't talk shit about McCain and then expect to win Arizona.
Right.
You can't say crazy shit about people and then.
But you got to be glad that he's that bright and that smart to realize, in his mind, his narcissistic tendencies his narcissistic shit is always firing. Like, you really don't think that you can succumb to the shit that you say?
Yeah, I don't.
The shit you tweet ain't gonna bite you
I
in
think
the ass.
he's a finesser, right? Like, he worked for the mob. Like he has dealings with the mob. He has all these other things that, and he's been able to finesse the hidden bank accounts and all this other stuff. He has lawyers learning how to do, through loopholes and all this other shit. So he tried to run America like a business.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
And like, to each their own. Like, I understand you don't like it, but here's the facts. America's still going to have 65 million racists in it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to wake up tomorrow and they're still going to be there.
They're still going to be there.
And tomorrow you're going to wake up and you're still going to be black people in prisons. There's still going to be, somebody serving a jail sentence for weed that's currently legal. Like, there's going to be a whole lot of things that are going on.
And that's my thing. Like, that's going to be, okay, so we got Trump out of here pretty much because he's a racist.
Right.
That's the main reason why he's no longer in office. So now we have Biden. So now these next 4 years, I'm interested to see what changes as far as
exactly
in this country.
So
here in
my question is, okay, I understand why. So did you just vote opposite Trump, or did you vote because you really thought that this dude was gonna do something, or were you just
Did
like
you vote for a cause?
because you don't know if you really just jumped out of the frying pan into the fire.
That's what I'm saying.
So like at least the
agenda.
devil, at least you know he's a devil.
What was that movie with Al Pacino and
Yeah,
Devil's Advocate?
like we could literally be jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. Like we could literally say, okay, this guy's a racist. We know where he stands. We know whatever. We have an enemy, and then poof, we kill that enemy, and now we have somebody else that we don't really know where they stand.
No, Al
we
Pacino's
know
fucking your wife.
we know that he feels like if you're not black, or if you're black, if you don't vote for the Democrats, you're not black.
Not black. Yeah.
Like that just tells me a whole lot of things that he doesn't get it. Right? Like a lot of shit that he said tells me he doesn't understand.
And
like we're not monolithic. Like we're not like one way. Like if I don't want to vote for you, like that is not liberating to blacks.
Right. And he's almost like 80 years old. So you got to put, you know what I'm saying, that mindset of an 80-year-old. Let's think about like how they think, how they grew up, you know? So like
In the 40s.
exactly. And what was going on in the 40s. Yep. Still segregated, you know what I'm saying?
So he came from that. So now that's what I'm saying. So maybe somewhere along the line, after he hit like 90, 91, started to get older, realized, okay, well, I really want to get in this race. And I want to be a part of some shit. So yes, I fought for a lot of these shits. But
He wrote some of those bills.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, right. Like I'm saying, he wrote, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I wrote some of these bills that really put the clamp on the black people.
He said he didn't want his kids going to jungles.
So what? So now my thing is,
he wanted
can
segregated
you?
schools.
So in the mind of the people that voted for him that are black people, what were they thinking?
They were
He's
saying,
reformed?
I don't think they even thought about it.
Donald Trump out of office.
No. Yeah, exactly. They voted against Trump. That was it. They didn't, but they were like, well, what's the alternative? That's what I got. What's the alternative? What's the alternative? Sure. But here's what I'm saying is now you can at least get something for it. Like what people didn't understand about what I was saying and what specifically, you know, other people like Ice Cube is saying is like, yo, if you don't, they're trying to leverage, like, there's no reason why Biden has to go out and specifically go on the Breakfast Club and say, hey, like he doesn't have, like, no other president had to do that, right? So why did he do that? That's because your vote is important. And then you just gave it to him. Like, if you would have said, hey, look, if we could have figured out some kind of way to say, hey, look, we can vote for you. What you going to do for us? What was that, the black caucuses and all that? Where were they at? Mm-hmm. Where were they saying, hey, look, we need you to sign this deal, this deal, this deal. And I could, you know what
do we get in return?
What do we get in return? Nothing. Besides, hey, at least Agent Orange is in the office now.
I'm about to say, because I think everybody's main agenda was to make sure.
Well, that's very narrow-sided.
He didn't get reelected.
That's very narrow-sided.
So I wonder if getting Agent Orange, let's only say jump out the frying pan into the fire, getting Agent Orange out, and then Biden comes and puts something into place that does not sit well with the black caucuses and does not sit well with the black people. What are you going to say then? Oh, we shouldn't have put him in office. We should have left Trump there.
What I'm saying is you didn't negotiate well. You missed your time to negotiate.
That was my thing.
Yeah, he in there
so
now.
He's in there now. There ain't nothing you can do now. That's like a chick trying to get you to take her out on a date after you had sex with her. Like I've already busted a nut. Like I'm gonna leave if you don't take me out. So
We can order some.
I'm
Domino's.
taking it out because I'm trying to go
Domino's.
back. I'm trying to do it again.
shut up. You always trying to
Lover.
say something. Yeah.
Lover, Mr. Lover.
But I'm saying, like, if it's a chick that you're
I'm a
not
lover
worried
too,
about,
though, bro, so.
like, if you were just trying to,
Fix my
in this
eyebrows.
analogy, I know it's a misogynistic analogy, but what I'm saying
not
is,
misogynistic.
you can't, like, if you wanted something, a payment for sex services, you should have got that up front. Like, you can't ask for, hey, can I get $40 after
You let me
after
hit.
yeah, you let me, like, or let's reverse it. If it's a woman and she's already got hers and and you're not like, hey, can I get $40? She's like, I already rode your face. Get out of here. I don't need it. Like go get scram, beat it. Like why would I negotiate? You have no leverage.
That's when Rail brings out the
The Boyz II Men and the long stroke
it
candle.
starts the slow stroke with his forearms because he
R&B.
can't move his wrists.
R&B from the 2000s.
Yeah, he's like put on his candles.
There's
and
a
his-
jagged edge.
Yeah, I love Jagged Edge. But yeah, so
Oh, is that good news or bad news?
one of them cameras about to die. It did die.
No, we're almost done. It's almost an hour anyways. We're rolling.
Yep. So the other thing is that which brings me to the last thing that I really wanted to talk about was kind of like
And like how you gave me that look.
culture.
Oh, okay.
So this week I've heard two rappers that I like. Like one I didn't really know, Mo3. The other one I had just started listening to, King Von. And it just seems like from Biggie, Pac to now, or whoever you would, Big L, a long list of people that are gone, Nipsey, just a long list of people that are gone unnecessarily and gone too soon to violence and gun violence. Why is that okay in our culture? Do you think if rock and roll was killing people at the rate that we kill ourselves in hip hop, would that be acceptable?
Conditioning. It's conditioning. Like, what was that? Who was the dude from Bone Thugs came out with that? He wrote the book. Was it a book or there's was it somebody from Bone or somebody? I was listening to something and he told about when he got pulled into a meeting and it was a big meeting about how we're gonna get the negativity in hip hop to drive the sales and make us rich.
Right.
So you were like, okay, they're already fucked up. We're gonna take the music and condition them into this shit, and that's what it is.
That was
because
crazy
we were
bro.
taught, huh?
That was crazy, bro.
Right. So whether that's true or not, it happened.
He said it was a party, and it was a whole bunch of parties that were going to dictate the taste of hip hop going forward.
And
So
Your stomach growling?
no,
probably mine.
Oh, comparison.
but
I
understand
we've been
that.
conditioned.
I understand that, but why do we keep buying into it? Like I understand.
What do you mean by buying into it?
Okay, so like people, I've lived with you for 6 years. You'll be listening to some of this trap shit. You know what I'm saying? And you far from a trapper. I'll be listening to some of the trap shit. I'm far from a trapper. You'll be listening to some of the trap
I'm
shit.
telling you right now.
So like
depends.
when I go back to my question, if rock and rollers was out killing each other, would they still be buying rock and roll?
Okay.
No. White culture would not be buying.
They would
rock
do
and
something
roll.
about it.
They would do something about it. Like they would, and to be honest, it seems like they may have tried to stop hip hop because it was like they were like the vulgarity, the blah 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 blah. But somebody overrun it and said, "Hey, look, this is music." So I understand that the culture is the culture, but this can't be the culture. This can't be like, oh, I get into a fight, so instead of taking my ass whooping,
I go shoot.
I'm gonna shoot, or like there's no code to any of this. Like there's no can we change any of this? Because it's been going on for 25.
I'm about to say that almost
Right,
seems
but
like
here's my
It
thing.
is the culture.
My thing is
code.
if we said, like, I don't subscribe to a lot of the new age codeine drinking, I don't subscribe to that. Even with Wheezy, I love Lil Wayne, but once he started going that fade, that pushing all of that, so he helped started this whole wave. Not saying that he started it, but
So
he
what
helped
are you
to push
what are you
it forward.
saying? Because before any of that wave, there was a lot of rappers getting murdered.
Right. But here's my thing. With that being said, okay, violence in it, right? Biggie, Pac. Why were we accepting then the lyrics, the violence in the lyrics. We should have been like, yo, we don't want to hear that.
Well, here's the
Because it was selling. So that's what I'm saying. We conditioned ourselves. The music conditioned us. The situation of being able to be controlled and selling what sells. Or if you sell that you got these guns and you sell that you fucking these hoes and
I don't
you sell that.
I don't think so. So here's what I think. The history of hip hop started because they were telling the story about the neighborhoods and the streets. So if there's violence in the street, there's going to be violence in the music, right?
Right.
But there's a lot of people that turned it from, and I'm not in the street like that, so I really can't talk too much to it, but there's a lot of people that, glorified it to the point versus, oh, I'm just saying where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like what I seen yesterday.
Telling my story.
Yeah, telling your story is one thing. Like because you go watch Terminator kill 87 people and you're like, "Oh, that was dope." You know what I'm saying? You see somebody's head get cut off in Mortal Kombat. "Oh, that was dope." You know what I mean? People watch war movies about war, Saving Private Ryan. I don't know how many people I saw get blown away off of that. That was dope. America has a mass shooting problem. You know what I mean? What did Dave Chappelle say? These murderous whites, like, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is that it seems for us that, our reality mimics, like our art mimics our reality, where it seems like other cultures, I don't know, man.
I finished. Oh, no. So rock and roll. Rock was driven by drugs. It's the same shit. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't seem that way. Rock and roll, all the rockers from back in the day, crazy. They were strung out. It wasn't treated the same way. It wasn't, they didn't make it a, what was the word? They didn't make it a public spectacle that people are dying from overdoses because they were listening to rock and roll and following these rock and roll bands. But
So is there a problem?
In music, yeah. Not just hip hop, but we talk about the
it seems
culture.
to be
Ours is painted to be negative.
I think it's the most right now. I don't see like Ed Sheeran about to go to his concert and get shot.
Right. But that's
I don't
because
think-
why is our reality so grim though?
I can't, like, I think it's because our culture and our reality is so grim.
Right, I'm saying, so, but
definitely
why?
has to do with
Why is it?
culture.
Why is that? That's what I'm saying. So if you change our reality, we
are
can
you
change
so
the
hype
music.
right now?
Because this should be pissing me off because the music sucks.
It definitely has to do with the culture.
The music sucks.
No, it doesn't. I like King Von.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm like, it sucks in an opinion of saying it doesn't.
Well, it's not your era. of music.
I would say that's why
so-
I'm biased.
So
I'm still Jay-Z. I'm still
Right.
But they were
Pac, I'm
dying
still
too.
Biggie. Right. But I'm saying the way they delivered theirs was a little bit. It had more class to it.
But
It had more.
I
The
think
style was different.
I think like
But
Anthony
for-
was saying, it has to do with like the culture, like how everybody was how pretty much how we as Black Americans grew up. A lot of us grew up. Maybe not us, but like a lot of black Americans are growing up in the hoods and everything. So this is all they see is shooting guns, blah 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 blah. Somebody makes it out, they still have that hood mentality. Same thing with athletes. How many athletes do you see once they get out? They still carry that same mentality, and they out here doing something stupid.
Right. I seen
A
two
lot
sides.
a lot changed. A lot do change.
All right. I seen two sides, and here's what I'll say. I seen the people that have actually lived that life, right? Like that are what they call big steppers now, like where they like about that shit. They came from that shit, like the King Von dude. You know what I mean? He seems to have actually came from O Block, where like it's the trenches of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like, you beefing with somebody 2 blocks down, so you gotta have it on you every day. So somebody like that's actually living that life, rapping about it, then somebody in Frederick, Maryland, who lives on wherever, that hasn't really lived that life, isn't really in those trenches like that, sees it and says, "Oh, I need to be like that." So like you have like a monkey see, monkey do thing. So like even though somebody like, and I don't know his situation, I'm just using him because he happened relevant. King Von, who like seems to be a victim of circumstance and victim of environment, right? Like, and probably maybe has done bad things himself, like to survive and whatever, and the music just reflects that, right? But then it becomes a domino effect to where somebody else sees it and says, "Oh, I gotta be like that because he was respected. He gets all this shine. He does all this stuff," and they see, "Oh, this is how he was. I need to be like that." You know what I mean? We also got to remember, a lot of homes don't have men in them. So like to somebody that's 13, 14 years old, King Von is that dude. And I need to move like him. He would never take that disrespect of somebody at the school. Oh, he would shoot him. Or you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So,
like,
but I'm a beg to differ. I was having this conversation earlier. I didn't have a man in my house. I had a mother, and I had a bunch of aunts.
you got to stop doing that though. Like we always use our exception as the rule.
Right, but I'm not the only exception. There's more people out there that weren't raised in a nuclear family.
Back to what I'm saying is the exceptions and not the rules. Look at the statistics of people that are in prison, and how many of them, like 85% of people.
So you're just telling me that their mothers couldn't guide them.
85% of men that are in prison come from a home, and that's men.
Yeah, no,
black, white,
I got what you're
where
saying.
the man isn't there.
Right, but I'm saying you're telling me the mothers weren't strong enough to guide them.
No, what I'm saying is like okay.
What gives the
I'm
statistics the
answering your
base?
question. Are you going?
I'm just saying. Like,
I'm giving.
I think we had this discussion on one of our
Yes.
previous
Right.
episodes.
But what I'm trying to say is, even if I'm going to a specific example, I have 2 boys, 1 girl. 9-year-old boy. He'll do something with his mom all day. Right? I see it. I'll be like, "Why'd you do that?" And he'll get frustrated. "Mommy never said nothing to me. Blah, 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 all this. I was like, "Boy, you don't even know what I'm asking." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my point is to go through that. I'm checking him because nobody else had checked him. Mommy's not worried about a lot of the stuff that daddy's worried about. I'm worried about how you conduct yourself as a man. Like how you carry yourself. I ain't worried about that. Like mommy's worried about like getting through the day, making sure everything's taken care of.
Right.
I'm watching him to see, hey, how do you walk as a man? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you conducting yourself as a man? Are you taking care of your responsibility? Hey, you walk by that trash 7 times a day. You know what I mean? And I let you walk by it because I want to see how many times you walk by it. Come back here, and now I'm going to show you. Single moms don't have the time to go over all them lessons because before me and Tamara got married, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm just going to take out the trash because it's quicker that way." Or I'm going to tie a shoe because it's quicker for me to tie a shoe. Or I'm going to just do it because it's quicker to do it that way. Those are things that moms do because they're taking care of shit because they have to. But as a man, I'm going to sit here and be like, "Boy, you better learn how to tie." And I'm going to not ridicule him, but I'm going to be like, "Look, I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to make sure that you can tie your own shoe. Or I'm going to make sure you can ride this bike." That's the difference between a man. And so what we're talking about is how do you conduct yourself as a man? I think that's exactly what this falls into. You don't think so?
Like I said, I'm biased, as you basically just said, to the fact of a lot of the studies state that, but I feel that the letdown is not just from the parent; it's from the culture as a whole. Because if they were better models, forget the man in the house. If you chose to look at a better role model, I didn't make Jay-Z, Biggie, Pac, nobody in the music industry my role model. Mm-hmm. So my mother taught me to be respectful. The people that raised me taught me to be respectful. So I chose people that I respected, that I saw doing the right thing. That was a conscientious decision that I made as a person. That I didn't need a man to tell me you don't. Yes, there's things that you can be missing and lacking by not having a male in the household, but you have to somewhere in your life know right is right and wrong is wrong. So if your mother busts your ass for doing something wrong, then you're going to know that shit is wrong. So if you got your ass bust, or even if she didn't beat you, but you were corrected consistently, and it was emphasized that this is wrong, you don't do that, then you start to look at people that are doing the right thing, and you model yourself off of people that are doing the right thing. So where in society did we lose that thought process of modeling ourselves after positive people?
I'm gonna say, I mean, and I agree with both of y'all. I think y'all both make good points.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a back and forth. I'm just showing the contrast and like why did it happen.
Like, so, and that go back to saying exceptions and not the rule. So things can happen. Like Bill Gates can become a millionaire. Most people won't. You know what I'm saying? Like it can happen, but it doesn't. There's 4 million single family homes in the black community. There's only 30 million black people, you know what I mean, in this country. So think about it. If you had a mom with 2 kids, that's one of the 4 million. If that had like how many? So let's just say the average mom has 2 kids, right? Like some have 7, some have 1, some whatever. Let's say 2 to 3. That number of 4 million divided by 3, like that's up there.
Again,
A large portion of our black families are. Can I make my point?
No, I said again. I was waiting for you. I'm just holding my thoughts so I don't get it.
So all I'm saying is by far, and there's a problem with the black family, right? And I think the more that we're involved, like every day, there's something that I'm teaching my sons, like, or, you know, like my son, like there's something every day that, you know, I'm tweaking or making sure he throws a little tantrum, or I caught him yelling at the kids on Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come here. Don't, this is a game, bro. Like, don't get out of sorts over a game. Those are little things that you don't think about that a man would have taught
that's
you
what I'm saying.
that leads directly to that type of violence. Like in my mind, my son understanding, hey, look, it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to like go out of your way and get all emotional over this game or somebody talking crap about you or, you know, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like I had people in my life like Duke, Waddy or whatever, where I was about to go do something stupid and they'd be like, yo, over because dude talking crazy about you? Like, yeah, I'm a dog. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? But they both had fathers and they were a little bit more grounded than I was. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it was like do or die. It felt like do or die all the time. Like, oh, I don't really have an example of a man, so it's whatever I have in my mind.
Right, but so you're telling me as you were growing up, you couldn't formulate, when do you start taking ownership in your growth?
I do feel like there's got to be some sort of self accountability.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stop
Based on
playing.
what though? Based on
right and wrong.
Who
told you right and wrong?
People
you fall down. You don't run. You're gonna fall down. You got to learn sometime.
Okay, but if everybody in my neighborhood is doing the same, like if everybody in my neighborhood is robbing people, my mom is on drugs,
why do I need to rob the person? I
don't have any money. What are you talking about?
So you tell me I can't go get a job? I see on.
I'm 13 years old. What are you talking about?
So that means I need to follow them.
I don't have anybody else to tell me any different. So I don't think you understand. Like
I'm trying to tell you, you can choose to make a difference, but you're saying it's an exception.
No,
it doesn't have to be an exception.
What I'm saying is that you're painting things through a rose-colored glass. Yes, anything can happen. I could also, be a genius and play. Hold on, I could also play chess at the park and run into some sensei dude that's going to change.
But you could also be raised with a
what I'm saying is,
and still come out to be a criminal.
My mom,
because your dad beat you.
Or you get into sports, have a coach as a
role
model.
But what I'm saying is, if I have a mom that doesn't give a fuck,
choose the right way,
right? Like for all intents and purposes, my mom loved me to death, right? But she wasn't involved in anything outside of, like, she was trying to do the best she could do, surviving through life, right?
Right.
Can't really blame her for it. It was the best. But me and my brother, he's like, all right, I got this. I'm the man. We'll figure it out. Let's go outside. We go outside. Hey, shit's fucked up in there. We got to start taking care of shit ourselves. You know what I'm saying? My brother is the only dude I know that's like solid enough for me to be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna follow my brother. We doing shit. Hey, we outside. We doing whatever. We meet so and so. Do whatever. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, I'm doing some crazy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even thinking it's right or wrong. I'm not thinking about it because what I realized is little Susie at school or little even Waddy, whatever, live in my neighborhood. My life's nothing like his.
Right.
The rules that apply to him don't apply to me.
But I could look at Waddy and be like, you know what? My rules don't apply to him. His rules
That's
don't
a
apply to
fantasy
me.
world you're
It's
talking
not a
about, though.
fantasy world, dog. It's called ownership. Yo, if you learn at a young age, if you're growing, my mother taught me. I was taught to say, well, yo, if that's wrong, don't do it. My mother, shit was tight. I didn't come from a rosy. I came from a certain lifestyle into a lifestyle where everything wasn't there. But I chose, and I lived in the hood. I chose not to go outside. And my mother's like, yo, those are the bad kids. That's not the route you need to take.
But you just said your mom took that on. I'm telling you, some of these moms aren't there to take it on.
She wasn't there. I said to my mom,
Your mom,
in
you just
passing.
said your mom said these are the bad kids. My mom never even was outside.
Well,
to see
then
the kids.
here's what I'm saying to you. My mother had two. We had two. My brother, right? Yo, after I got to 17, I was like, yo, I would wake up in the morning. My mom's still sleeping.
And what if your mom was a gangbanger though?
If she was banging, and I had somebody, and I saw her, okay,
Hey.
because she's a shooter, I should be a shooter too.
Hold on for a second, Real. Real, go to finish making your point, then you make your point, and then we got to wrap this.
But because my mom's a shooter, that means it's called accountability. Okay, my dad got killed. So in my head, when I was growing up, my dad got killed. By the time I was 7, right? This is what you're saying. By the time I was 7, I grew up in a decent household, and I was fostered out technically. And I had 2 guys, and I seen good and bad uncles, you could call them, doing things, and I was like, okay, well, nah, that's not the way to go. But in my mind, all I kept saying was, I'm going to kill the people that killed my father. That's what I grew up in, a good household with a man and good people setting an example for me. But in my mind, I'm going to kill the people that killed my father. And as I got old, I was like, yo, killing is wrong. Why would I do that? So I was like, and I might not be able to do it. So eventually I took accountability, like, yo, I learned right from wrong, so I did not follow the wrong shit. And trust me, I'm a New Yorker, I'm a Jamaican. I'm a hustler, that's what I do. But I chose, don't get me wrong, I'm no Christian, I'm no saint, but I chose to do things that were respectable instead of, I'm not saying that drugs is not respectable. I chose the route that was, I guess you could say, the lesser of the evil, to not put me in the mindset that I have to be banging and killing people every day, because I chose to.
Right. But kind of what he's saying, what I think Anthony is saying is like your mom actually was in your ear telling you, hey, this is wrong.
Right,
This is wrong. What he's kind of saying is like he didn't really have that, and like some of these kids out here don't really have that.
So that's what I'm saying. The culture. So I'm saying it's the culture. It's our culture.
Right.
How do we fix that?
So I guess what I was getting to is that, like, you have to better people's situations. Like, you can't have people in. Nipsey Hussle had a thing where he said, "I'll worry about morals after my stomach's fed." You know what I'm saying? Or when I feel secure about whatever. Like if I'm not secure on where I'm gonna be able to lay my head tonight, I'm not worried about whether or not me stealing this food or robbing somebody for money to make sure I'm good. You know, things that you're talking about don't even seem like a reality for me. You know what I'm saying? Why are you going to school and going off to college doesn't seem like that's in my future. Like, I'm playing by a literal different, I feel like I'm playing by a literal set of rules. We're playing different games. You know what I'm saying?
It was a different playing field for him.
We're different playing field. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Waddy grew up in the same neighborhood. But I just felt like what was for him, and what was for me was for me. It's different for me because I don't have the lifelines that he has. So, albeit my friend and somebody I'll hang out with and hang out whatever, mind you, I'm 4 years younger than them, and I'm hanging out outside, going to bars and clubs and all that stuff at 16 years old with them.
Because he looked like he was 30.
But all I'm saying is that's because there was a lack of guidance. There was a lack of anybody. It wasn't the fact that there was, like, not my mom. It was like no mom, no father figure, no. It was a list of people that weren't there or didn't give a shit. And, like, for me, all I'm saying is if we could go back to that black family thing, like if we could stabilize that and say, okay, let's get these family units back restored and start building black families again to where we're not, if you don't want to be around for a kid, then don't make one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like these are simple things that we could do to like slow down some of this shit. Like we can't, you can't complain about it after it's done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's already been the play's been in progress.
Or do
But
better
we have to
governing your
stop-
kids.
We have to stop the bleeding first. You know what I'm saying? And to stop the bleeding first, you have to stop and think about how did we get here? Right? Like how did we get here? Like how did we get here? What makes somebody in Chicago that desperate?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
What so then you get into what Matthew used to talk about in the socioeconomics. So, hey, if we had let's say better training and all this other stuff, different opportunities or whatever, available access to all these different opportunities and actual work and trades and all this shit, maybe, just maybe, we could pull three people out of 10 out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone. I mean, every person is that you can change over is
Exactly.
is a plus.
It's a win. So like, I'm not saying you could stop it automatically, but like, if you could do it 1, 2, 3 people, more than what we had before, it's going to start trending that way. Life is about trends. Wadi's accounting, trending numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you could just start to gradually change the trends, like we're not going to change it overnight. There's going to be more killings. There's going to be more of this.
This ain't the last.
This ain't the last. It ain't. That's what, like, it's our culture. It's our culture. It is
We
what
have
it
to
is.
start
This
finding
is
a way
culture.
to change the culture.
Like that's what I said even when Trump got elected. This is America. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Accept it. You have to accept the reality of it. But you have to accept the reality of it to be able to change it.
Exactly. All right, let's head on to the wrap up.
All right.
We should have started with that podcast. We'd have been screaming on the whole fucking show.
All right.
I had
so
to
you
dial.
got
I had to
Wayne?
let it go because I was like, I ain't.
Yeah, you had
if I,
something else to say.
I was like,
That's why I had to stop you in the middle. 'Cause I knew y'all was gonna go on for the next hour. I was like, I got an hour.
Explain to him what we're about to do.
All right, so we have we're doing Anthony's Red Table Talk. He has the cards from what is it, Jada Pinkett's show?
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett's
Red
show.
Table Talk.
Jada
We're all
Pinkett's
gonna-
show, Red Table Talk. And what we're going to do is, since we don't have a guest, we're each going to read one card to each other and answer as truthful as possible.
Or ask. Are you going to ask your question to
Did I
us?
say answer?
Yes.
We're going to ask our question
Ask.
To each other.
to each other. All right, so I'll ask Terrell.
No, just ask both of us.
Yeah.
That's both of you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So one card for both of you? All right.
Uh,
Level
that's a
2
wild
connection.
card. That's a wild card.
What does it mean?
What does it say?
All right, level 2 connection. How can I best support you in this chapter in your life, Anthony?
Oh, okay. This is good.
You could do more Instagrams.
Right. That's what I say. That's why I say you suck because you could do more.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you suck. I just say like best support me.
That's
Keep
just
up the
me
good
being
work from
vulgar.
Instagram and like take it up a notch.
Right. I don't mean you suck.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
You
suck.
clearly
He
said
just-
suck.
he did
You
say suck.
clearly
I say
said
he
suck.
He
sucks.
can't help himself.
You clearly said suck.
I use
Rail
I use
cannot help
very
himself.
I use 10 words all the time. to express
Rail.
myself.
Then you brought in your. How can I? Same question.
What was it?
How can I best support you in this chapter in your life?
Yeah.
Instagram be taking time, yo.
Yeah,
Like I actually got to take
Instagram.
time on my time to do it.
Right.
Like so.
Nah, we just
So like
Teach your kids,
I
damn it.
try to block off like after work. I try to block off like an hour. Oh, sorry, Rail.
right.
It got to me.
Like, I appreciate it, but you're doing a good job. But then, like, when you don't do it, I'll be like,
right.
And then I was waiting like a week for Rail's pictures. That's why you ain't see nothing over the weekend.
What?
My
It was
man really
3
answered.
pictures, yo.
my man really answered.
It was 3 pictures.
I'm sorry, I hit your core, yo.
Rail, how can I best support
I
you in
said,
this chapter
do
in
more
your life?
Instagram. I'm with Tony. Do more Instagram.
What's up?
Do more Instagram? All right. Who's next?
All right,
F y'all.
all right. My question to Wadi:
Yo.
He said no. The cameras are rolling, so you'll walk in front of him.
You got to crawl.
But there's one right there too, and
Yeah.
one right there too.
you You got.
Yeah, so you just gotta wait.
We're almost done. Like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah. Have I ever challenged your worldview?
My worldview.
How so?
Challenge my worldview. My view of the world. I say kind of, yeah.
So what was it?
How so? Just this whole just doing this whole podcast thing is like broaden my horizon as far as like helping.
Using words
gay
like
as
lavish in the wrong context. Let me say.
That sounds gay as shit.
What,
Right.
broaden my
And then
horizon?
broaden your horizons.
Right, that's what I said, like using the word lavish.
You
in-
gotta say
out of
pause.
context.
Yeah, I'm joking.
What I said is the example of what he's talking about.
I'm completely lost right now.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I have no basis. He's tripping.
He's been tripping all day. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's been
yeah,
tripping
but like especially with like the podcast and getting to meet different people and just the whole
Learning.
aspect of things. And
We met Jane Elliott.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been dope if we could like interview her in person. That's been real dope.
Yeah, she probably gave us COVID.
Damn,
All right.
she divorced if I hit that.
Hey, he's dead. She's not divorced. She's widowed.
Damn.
Right, remember? That was the one time
Jesus
he actually
Christ.
cried. This nigga.
Have I ever challenged your worldview, and how so?
Yo, I'm
Damn.
grumpy, so you always challenging my worldview.
How so?
We just did it with the conversation we just had about the what the hell was the conversation about? I done forgot.
Oh, the murders in black culture.
Murders in black culture. That was one, but yeah, I'm not as sappy as Waddy.
Okay.
Yeah, and just that's what we do. So that's why we learn to find our lane, so we don't have to keep challenging each other's
Worldview.
each other's worldview.
Nice, your turn.
Have you ever noticed that like Rel says a lot but doesn't say anything at all?
I just dodged that shit.
Repeats words.
He just repeated it like, and like recited it back in a different way to me.
Read your question, Rel.
What are you currently working through at?
Who are you
that
asking?
either one.
Waddy.
What are you currently working through that I don't see?
Trying to get through the rest of this episode.
He sees that. So what do we don't see?
Currently, what I'm working through that you don't see, trying to get more 2-ply toilet paper in my house.
Okay.
It's awkward.
Yeah. That's why I went okay,
It hit her.
and I looked at you.
What am I working through that y'all don't see?
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know what I did to my eardrum.
Is that why you keep fucking rubbing it? Like, what the hell is
Yes.
wrong with you? Oh, that right.
So it is like you know how like you have swimmer's ear, like when you're underwater and it feels full. It feels like that. Plus, it's like got like a
Have you yawned and everything?
yeah. I've been
Have you
By-
poured some hot water down there?
no, I haven't poured hot water down there, but it's like sore and everything.
Melt
Like,
the
it's-
wax. It probably impacted now.
Yeah, it is probably impacted. That's what I think it is. It's impacted. So
Get a Q-tip up there and dig it.
no, that's kind of what got me.
No, right. Get the you gotta use
Oh yeah,
heat
them thingies.
and then tip your ear to let it drain.
Have you ever
There's
seen
things in the store?
Have you ever seen like the little Asian people that like do the ear cleanings and
They put
stuff,
the wax paper in there and pull the wax.
and then
out.
pull that with the things?
Yeah.
You need one of those.
That's what I need.
Get one of them
But
joints.
it's really
done.
bad.
All right,
Maybe you got a cockroach in there.
that's it, right? All right, on to me. Oh, you dumb? You got the sound? We don't need the sound. We really don't need the sound.
Have it.
All right,
Tony read a card.
huh?
Oh.
Yeah, he already read his card. I think. Did you read your card?
How did I challenge your worldview?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he read his card. All
Apparently, I have no impact on this podcast. You don't even remember it.
Oh, poor guy. All right, is this black, white, Hispanic, or other? I'm gonna read you this headline. Doctor conned into buying Aladdin's lamp for $41,600 after genie shows up.
What?
So you know Aladdin's lamp, the genie comes out of
Yeah.
it. Is that black, white, Hispanic, or other?
Somebody bought a lamp?
Yep, paid $41,600 for it.
That was
Brown.
an Indian guy.
Brown.
Is that Indian?
Brown.
That's not an option. Is that other?
No, that's what Miss Jane Elliott told us. So it's everybody's brown.
Okay.
So brown.
Ding, ding, ding. You're right. Because the actual, it says Indian doctor.
I just for some reason it sounded like an Indian person.
So they initially had requested for more than $200,000, and they settled for a down payment of $41,600. 2 men were arrested for being con men. It was a doctor too.
How random did I just choose an Indian person? Like, What is that?
It was a fucking lamp.
but they don't believe in
Aladdin
that.
lamp.
But they don't
With the
believe in
genie.
that though.
With the genie.
But that's not something that's true.
Evidently, they had a fake genie show up and whatever. And he was like, "Oh, genie!" It's like it was, yeah.
And then him over here, I'm gonna start calling him.
But it's random that I'm like,
It's not random if it's an Aladdin lamp.
no, I literally thought I'm gonna say a white person because that's some dumb shit white people would do. But no, I literally
Context clues, Rel. Context.
Your motivation for the week. Your life becomes a masterpiece when you learn to masterpiece.
Oh, I thought that was going somewhere.
Ah.
I was like,
Is this
full
episode
circle.
over yet? Is this episode over?
Full
And,
circle.
all right. Shout outs and socials, Rail.
Mr. _ 6 degrees with a Z. It's IG, Snap, it's Rel.
I liked it.
Yeah, shout out to my son and my mama and my family. This podcast.
Oh, you're still talking. My bad. Sorry. Shout outs and
Shout out to
socials.
the people that don't
Anthony.
bang the mic.
Tony _ Rojos.
I did hit it
He
again.
roll hoes? Oh, sorry.
Jeez. It amazes me sometimes that y'all are actually having sex with women.
I can spy. I can.
Acting like he wasn't worse because he married. Oh, shut up.
I never said anything like, road hose. Ever.
Hey, the dad jokes be hilarious.
Right, like, you know what?
Ever.
Don't worry, he'll get there. He going
Ever.
All right.
Any shout outs?
You're too cool.
Shout out to my wife.
Okay. Let's check it.
Shout out
That's
to
why,
my kids.
that's why I asked you twice.
Shout out to my wife.
He
and
shout out
kids,
his
my
whole
mama.
family.
My mama. Shout out to the squad.
Right.
All right, and I'm
Shout out to Matt.
good old Matt.
Shout out to Kamika.
Right.
I was gonna get.
Trap.
I was gonna get to the
Shout
mall.
out to Trap.
All right, and I'm at it's _ Waddy, WAADDY. I'm gonna shout out again, Trap doing his thing down there in Dallas. Shout out to She's Gotta Have It. She's in surgery. She'll be back soon, or had surgery. She'll be back soon. Mama, I love you. Pops, we out. Peace, son.
Peace.
Peace.